Thanks for checking out Bears Reaction. Right here we got Charleston White. One of the most talked about guys right here. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people hate him. A lot of people love him.
There's a certain
because he speak his mind. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going for no bullshit. He gonna say what he wanna say. And yeah, this America. So let's see what he got to say this time. Talking about DMX. Because he didn't own his master, he called him a dope fiend.
certain strain of bacteria called Lactobacillus reuteri
Cheers.
that will help you grow bigger balls. There was a study published in
What?
Charleston White, we back.
Yes, sir.
Third time.
Achon.
Man, facts, man. I just want to say on camera, I'm really proud of you. And you were already doing your thing in the community and Facebook, but just to see how far you came in 4 months, like you really learned how to master the internet and people's emotions.
Yeah.
And to see
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Like he'd come on the internet and say something crazy and stand on it. Like
it's like you say certain things to trigger certain people to get to a certain point. It's like you break people down.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
It's the military
like science
concept.
to you.
Yeah, it is. They done that to us as children, homie. When I went through the Texas juvenile justice system.
even outside of that, we've been programmed since kids. Like holidays, holidays. Like the perfect example. Like that shit don't mean shit.
We went through rehabilitation and we went through resocialization, and going through, and it was all therapeutic. It was all psychodrama. So it was psychologists and psychiatrists. So they had to play with our minds. It was an experiment that was being ran on children who had committed these violent crimes, who America hadn't saw this before, right? So they had to come in and tear down our belief system, where we come from, the things that we was taught, in order to instill values, morals, principles, things of that nature. So going through that as a kid, I spent 7 years.
His shirt say white boy.
So I'm an expert at, dealing with emotions and thoughts, sitting in group sessions, tapping into people, emotions, right? So then I went to college. I went to speech class. I took intro to psychiatry, intro to psychology. So I learned human emotions. I studied human behavior in college, right? So all I'm doing is taking all my qualitative knowledge and experience to a bunch of mostly, I wouldn't say uneducated, but basic thought processing people, right? Who are on the internet already emotionally based on life circumstances and situations and where they come from.
Right.
That's why they got the phone in their hand. So I'm capitalizing on that, homie, like marketing and advertising.
Yeah.
And after having a president like Donald Trump, who can get on national TV and say whatever he want to say, and it's effective in getting his message out, right? It makes everybody stop and look. So I say some very shocking things just to grab people's attention.
Now let's speak on shocking. The last week and a half, you said some really wild Charleston White-like things about DMX. And some things, some people look at it as distasteful because of the timely manner you're doing it. He has 17 kids. And although a lot of people agree with you, some people are like, yo, he has kids who are mourning right now. Why would you say that about DMX and call him the things that you're calling him when one of his kids could be watching your videos?
So you think they wasn't mourning before now? You think?
Damn. That's fucked up right there. That's the truth. Like I said, he gonna speak the truth, stay his mind, and stand on it. Like, let's see what he got to say.
People agree with you. Some people are like, yo, he has kids who are mourning right now. Why would you say that about DMX, and and call him the things that you're calling him, with one of his kids could be watching your videos.
So you think they wasn't mourning before now? You think they hadn't been mourning before his death? See, a dope fiend dies long before he dies, right? A drug addict does things to his family that when he dies, the family's not surprised. They ain't mourning. They expect death when you've been drugging and dope fiending as long as he's been dope fiending, right? So what I said was the truth, and the truth don't care about feelings. Children's feelings, parents' feelings, or my feelings.
The truth hurts. So somebody gotta say it. Somebody gotta do it.
Right? So let's look at this. I'm born 1977. Whatever I do in between that dash is what people have a right to speak on the day I tap out of here. So be mindful what you do between that dash. If you die a dope fiend, you a dope fiend, homie. If you die a gangbanger, you a dead gangbanger. So why wait to now to uplift failure when we die? I watched the versus battle between him and Snoop Dogg. Wasn't nobody calling him great then. When he was in and out them motels.
I ain't see the versus battle. What happened on the versus battle? Comment down below.
I watched the versus battle between him and Snoop Dogg. Wasn't nobody calling him great then. When he was in.
I don't feel like that's a good matchup. DMX versus Snoop Dogg.
In and out them motels, I watched the interview with him and his wife. What he took her through, them people got a break now. So all you dope fiends out there, homie, you go die in shame. That's the pity of dying a dope fiend, homie. People go say you died a dope fiend. That's the pity of not redeeming yourself, homie. Can't nobody say Charleston is this. Because when they go look at my life, they gonna say, no, man, he been working with kids. What the stuff that he did as a child, man, I done redeemed myself from 1998 to now. From when I done got out the facility.
Now, when you say failure, what do you mean by failure? Because he sold millions of copies of CDs.
That don't mean nothing when you ain't got your masters. That don't mean nothing, homie.
He came back right with it. He said he owned his masters.
You said failure. What do you mean by failure? Because he sold millions of copies of CDs.
That don't mean nothing when you ain't got your masters. That don't mean nothing, homie, to them kids, because you sold 50, 100 million records, but your kids got the bird of shame of their daddy being a dope fiend. He means something to y'all because he sold all them records, but to his kids, he was a struggling drug addict who couldn't get it right and died before the world as a dope fiend. What does those records mean when you died with that? Your family don't get nothing from those records. What does those records mean to black people when white people got all the rights to them? What do they mean?
That's true.
And by the way, Jay-Z didn't buy those masters.
Yeah, that was a fake story.
That was a fake story.
No source, nothing. That was fake.
Ain't nobody bought nothing for him before he died.
So why buy now? That's that fake love. Like, so many people came on, DMX, whoop-de-whoop, whoop-de-whoop. But wasn't playing his music while he was here. Wasn't trying to get him no help, none of that. So, like you said, why try to uplift him now? Like, it's only so much help you can give somebody. Like, they gotta help themselves before somebody else can.
Ain't did nobody go get him? But it's something that I know personally that I can't say, homie. That I can't say about this situation that give me the conviction to speak how I speak. Just know I ain't wrong, homie. Some of us make choices, and our choices is gonna lead us to the graveyard because we like our choices. We like getting high. We like doing drugs. We like robbing. We like gangbanging, and those choices have consequences.
Now, to be fair, he came out with a video He did an interview and he spoke out why he does drugs. He said he was laced at the age of 14. So it was kind of like.
So when you molested at 14, do you still molest when you 50? What happens to you as a child? Okay, that's fine and dandy. But at some point, I know plenty of people that smoked the mold, had a lace thing and didn't know it was laced. But they didn't grab hold on to how it made them feel. Yeah, okay, somebody snuck it on you. You know that's wrong. You know what this is doing at 15. At 18, you see the consequences of what this drug is doing to you. At 25, you have an understanding that I'm a drug addict. At some point, you go into rehab at 26. At 28, some point, you have an episode of a drug overdose. At 29, your wife is telling you. At 30, your children is saying, Daddy, look what this drug is doing. At 35, you have another drug overdose. At 40, you got to be saying, man, I can't keep doing this. At 45, when do you say, man, I know this happened to me at 14, but I can't keep blaming this. What happened to me is at 50, when do you say, homie? What happened to me as a kid, I got to forgive and forget and move on. So you telling me all you grown men still walking around here with these unresolved childhood issues, beating your woman, abandoning your kids, and getting high because of what happened to you as a kid, man, get off the bullshit. You like the way dope make you feel, like the way I like the way it make me feel when I smoke weed. I like the way head feel. I like the way sex feel. I like the way it feel to put on pretty clothes and go somewhere and make a hoe watch me, man. So no, nigga, that ain't got nothing to do with childhood.
Have you ever did drugs more serious than weed?
Never.
No coke, crack,
no
none of
coke,
that?
crack, never, homie. I tried ecstasy once, didn't like it. I tried Molly once, didn't like it. And when I first came home, 21, 22, 23, 24, robbing and kicking in doors. We used to smoke and bombing.
So let me ask you, and this just be, I'm challenging you right now.
Yeah.
How do you know the battle when these people, the battle they face when they are?
My grandmother was a heroin addict for 40 years. My Aunt B was on crack. My Uncle Wayne smoked crack. I come from a whole family, nigga, except my mama and my Aunt Nay. Mama used to drink. I come from a family of drug addicts, homie. My whole family is from the South Side, the Fishbowl. My whole family. I watched them women get off dope, homie. I watched grandmama kick heroin. She used to shoot it. I watched them people, homie. I watched these women shake crack, homie. I watched Aunt B, a stomp down dope fiend. She had 6 kids. All 6 of them went to foster care. Her husband, they was together from the time I was 2. He shot heroin. They well known in this city, nigga. Well known in this city. I watched Aunt B kick the dope, homie. I watched Aunt B go and get all her kids out of foster care system. All of them moved in the house. But her husband still was high on dope. She had to lay there every day. Think what she had to battle with, not the relapse, homie. Not only is her husband next to a stone cold dope fiend, her daughter's dope fiending. Her daughter's dope fiending. They want their dope fiend mama back. So they go, one of them leaves some dope. Her drug of choice to see if mama go relapse. That lady ain't never relapsed, homie. So let me say this, right? So then she gets cancer. She catches breast cancer. Mm-hmm. Every reason to go relapse. Every reason to go relapse. So man, I've been watching. I've been watching this race of ours. I've been watching the culture. I know crack babies. I know children that was born to crack who had no choice of the matter of crack in their system. They didn't grow up crack addicts, but they was addicted to crack as babies. He on his way now. He on his way now. He be walking through this door in a minute. Addicted to crack as a baby. What's his excuse? He didn't do it. He used to walk the track with his mama when she was selling pussy on Harry Hines, my nigga. He used to watch his mama get in and out of cars, prostitute. When she was pregnant with him, she shot dope, and that's what made her go into labor.
Damn.
So when I see a 50-year-old man get before the world and say, man, this happened to me as a kid, and you profess God, and you say, I done had God, when were you delivered then? When was God powerful enough to say, okay, that's gone? I know guys who've been molested. They ain't up raping now. I got some homeboy was in TYC for raping, and they raped as a kid, and they was convicted of it. They ain't raping today. We went and committed murders as children, homie. We ain't killing today. I got 40 men that's part of my organization committed murders as children. They not murderers today. They productive men of society, loving fathers, loving husbands. You see what I'm saying? So I understand the pain of children. I grew up in an institution where at least twice a day for 2 hours, we sat in groups and I heard your life story. You heard my life story. Homie, I've heard some stories.
Yeah.
I know children who were smoking crack. They ain't smoking crack now.
It's crazy, man. Say Cheese, Charleston White. Shout out to Say Cheese. Shout out to Charleston White. Man, if you know somebody that's struggling or trying to overcome an addiction, make sure you do everything you can to help them out and lead them to the right way. You know what I'm saying? So treat people how you want to be treated. And shit. Stay out the way, man. Hopefully y'all have a great day. Stay tuned. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Click the post and notification bell to stay tuned on all videos that I drop up next. And I'm out. This is Bear's Reaction. Have a great day.